Oh, oh. Good evening, everybody. This is your boy, Legend Muyui. I'm back for another playthrough of Shadowrun Returns. And yes, I got boss weapons. Anyway, hope you guys' day was doing well. Well, your week was doing well. Just give me a moment, just getting real comfortable. All right, so let's hop right into it. We are playing Shadowrun Dragonfall. Let's get all up into it. It's kind of low. Turn it up in my ears. Okay, so I don't think I remember where we're at. I think I might have ended on a low point, meaning that I wasn't doing the mission, but I don't know. We did a cleanup mission last time, kind of got out of it, came back in. I don't remember where we were, so I'll find out as soon as we come in. The Cruise Bazaar, yep, the trip back to the Cruise Bazaar is an unsettling one. Every time you close your eyes, horrible visions flash through your mind. Bodies torn apart by surgical machines, mouths frozen open in never-ending screams, walls coated floor to ceiling in congealed blood, and through it all, the smiling face of Thorvale Estall. You blink, banishing the vision. They're behind you now. You're on your way home. Oh yeah, I did remember talking about that. You know, it's kind of really messed up that they have to live a life like this and then just get rid of everything. I think I talked to Simi last, and let's go and talk to Lucky Strike. We brought her on a mission, so let's go talk to her, see if she has anything new to say. Oh. She says, hey, I don't mean to be rude, but this is my time off. I tend to spend it smoking and drinking myself into a stupor, not talking. She waves you away. If you want to chat later, we'll chat. For now, give me some breathing room. Okay. Nothing really to say with her. Did I use up all my stuff last time? No, I still got some left. Is that a plus? Oh, this is a +1 spell. What is it? Mana Bulb. Maybe I'll improve my Mana Bulb. How much money I got? 9,000. Okay. Let's get around. We talked to I think his name was Lane. I don't think Samuel got anything more to say. What does this say? The Plus Anchor Civic Center. No, that's too much. I don't. Yeah, I'll check with my mage stuff, see if I can get a spell for, or a bigger spell for cheap. I never talked to Kami. Her name's Kami. Yeah, that's Kami. She tips an invisible hat. Hey there, remember me from the cafe? Name's Kami. Are you looking for something? Well, who are you for one thing? None of your business, kid. Depends. Is there anything I should be looking for? I don't want. So, I deal with a lot of youth, and they're going to grow up and be adults. So you know, it's kind of not great to treat them like kids. So I wouldn't do the second one. This is more of what she would expect from an adult in this type of land, this type of, well, lore. So I'm not going to do that. Plus Anchor would be kind of, you know, open to kids. So who are you? I'm Altug's ears and hands outside the cafe. Call me Kami. I wear a couple of hats, a barista, a gopher, keep my eyes and ears open. Let's say I'm getting on by trading stories. So I can count on you to hear what's going on? Well, that's good to know. Okay. I think so, but then again, I really like talking to people, so it's just fun for me. Both me and Altug do. So although I may be his ears and hands, he's got plenty enough of a voice of his own. He doesn't seem to be afraid. He doesn't seem too afraid of using you either. So what's your story between? I don't want to go there. It's kind of weird. I mean, she doesn't look like a kid in the first place. She kind of looks kind of grown. So even if she was up to, I don't even want to get into it. He doesn't seem to be afraid to use you either. No, not in the slightest. Since you just moved here, I have some advice. If you haven't guessed already, he's got fingers in a lot of pies. And I've seen what happens when he doesn't approve of someone or something. Pissing him off can't be worth it. At the very least, you won't be able to get good coffee in this town again. She grins cheekily. I see. Well, you'll most likely hear instead of see, if you haven't already. Or I guess you'll see if you're tripping on something wiggly. Huh? In any case, I've got some errands to run. Come over sometimes and we can chat over a hookah or something. Ja? She lazily tips an invisible hat at you before turning her focus to a calm on her wrist. I wonder if there is a way. I know you can make people move in ways that, you know, when they move, like, that's the one pet peeve in video games now that we have the technology to do so. People say they're busy, but they're not doing anything. You're just standing right, like this guy down. Is that a guy or girl? I don't know. That's a girl. So this girl right here, if we had the ability to talk to her, she could probably say something like, hey, I'm busy, but she's just walking back and forth. She's not doing anything. So I really don't like that in games, especially games like this where not much can be there. They can be a little bit creative and figure out how to do something when a person says they're busy. I mean, I would appreciate it. Hello again. How may I help you? May I help you? Yeah, I want to see your inventory. All right, I want to see. I can do power. Oh, I got. Hold up. I got Powerball 1. It says I have 3. What? I don't have Conjuration, so I can't use Acid, which is damage over time, I believe. Conjuration, yeah, it's damage over time. Huh? So I got the strongest one. Can I sell? Can I sell this? Okay. And I don't need drugs. And I don't need a rocket launcher. Okay. I mean, it's pretty good. I came here to make money. Yeah. Alright, so apparently I do have 3. Oh, what's this? Mana Bolt. I want to see if I had Mana Bolt. Alright, so it should be a spell. This is Mana Bolt 3. It's a little pricey. Let me get it. We are going to remove this one. And we're going to add Mana Bolt 3. Okay. Now, wait a minute. What was the other one? Jeez. There's another spell that I have that's a little bit lackluster. Oh, that is 2. Yeah, I'm good with that. That looks good. Okay. I think I'm a good mage. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I have stocked up more? Too late now. Alright, we are going to go here. And we're going to progress the story. Oh, wow. A little bit chilly. Okay, so I could talk to Blitz some, I think. I don't remember what he said last time. At the sound of your approach, Blitz stubs out his cigarette and gives you a curt nod. Plus anchor. I offer you a smoke, but that was my last one. You look distracted. Blitz, let me guess. He didn't take my advice. I'm never distracted, Chief. Laser focus, right here. But you're right. I did keep looking into Emily, and I found something. After our last talk, I went wading into all of Ask Technology's matrix hubs that I could find. Nothing too deep. Don't worry. I didn't want to set off any alarm bells. But I had a hunch that if I poked around long enough, I'd find something that might lead me to Emily. And sure enough, I did. A message from the genius article herself. She messaged you? Wow, to be honest, I didn't think you'd find anything. Nicely done. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the second one. He grins. Oh, ye of little faith. Word to the wise, Chief. When Blitz is on the job, you should always expect results. Results. Blitz's smile dies away. He turns his eyes down to the floor. I can tell you what her note said if you want. He pressed forward without waiting for a response. It says, and I quote, "Lay off, Blitz. I told you to leave me alone. You should have, you've shown admirable self-control over the past year. Please don't give up on it now. I'll be back when I can, if I can. Until then, keep away from me for both of our sakes." So I found her, and she wants nothing to do with me again. No explanations, no apologies, just a verbal pat on her head. I've shown admirable self-control. Really? She makes it sound like I'm a toddler or something. So did you lay off like the message said? No, I wasn't going to stand for that. When did she get off stealing from me and then acting like it was my fault? I tried to trace the message like any good Decker would. And did you succeed? You're an idiot, Blitz. I know you said the word tried. He nods grimly. Yeah, she's good, plus anchor. Better than I thought she was. I couldn't trace the darn thing. I could keep digging though. I mean, if she's noticed me doing this before, I must have been close. Now, before you say anything, I was more discreet this time. I can be subtle if I have to. Nobody noticed what I was doing, and I did find another clue. What happened? That's okay. I'll tell you anyway. I found a connection between Emily and Setter Krupp. So, do you think that she works for SK then? That she stole the encrypted data from you to give to them? Well, maybe. I don't know. It's confusing. I was able to track down some message fragment connecting her to the Schockenwallen writer. I guess that's how you say it. So maybe she was with Seda Krupp. She was a Seda Krupp mole, and she got close to me so that she could, I don't know, so she could profit from my Deccan expertise. Maybe when she told me not to steal the data, she was using reverse psychology. That's got to be it. She must have wanted me to take it. Why do people think people actually use reverse psychology? They heard it, and they think that people are really going around trying to manipulate people into doing things that they don't want to do. I think that's weird. For one, you are not that important to me. And for two, I got better things to do with my time, like play video games. Just being honest. He frowns and shakes his head, but then again, maybe she's with the shock Welland writer, and she's screwing both the Azzies and SK over. If that's the case, then maybe she was with me because she genuinely wanted to be. He pauses for a moment, considering. Then all at once, he seems to perk up. His chest puffs out, and he nods once, decisively. In either case, I should make an effort to find her. I mean, she's playing a dangerous game. Whether she's with SK or the shock Welland writer, maybe she's gotten herself in too deep. She might need help. I mean, why else would she send me such a cryptic message? I think you should go after her. Blitz, that message was anything but cryptic. She wanted you to stay far away. It's up to you, Blitz. At the end of the day, you're going to do whatever you want to do anyway. I won't be like that. I will tell him, yo, no, she said stay away. Yeah, that's what she said, but I bet that she didn't mean it. She probably just didn't want me to worry, or maybe she said it under duress. I mean, you gotta agree that it's at least worth checking out. Alright. Nah, bruh. It's a bad idea. You worry too much, Chief. I'm the best, remember? So what's the harm in digging a little deeper? I mean, EM might need me. If this is how you acted when you and Emily were together, I can see why she left. He recoils as if you punched him. Whoa, that was a pretty messed up thing to say, Chief. It was also accurate. You routinely ignore those around you because you think you know better. I'm here to tell you, you do not know better. But Blitz, listen to me. You need to show some more of that self-control and drop this. Blitz deflates before your eyes. He looks down at his shoes. Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, boss, you win. I'll let it go. Ugh, goodness. Find a new girl. Jeez. We men are outcrowded by ladies. Alright. Oh yeah. I was supposed to go do the thing with the lady. Alright, me and Glory. Yeah, I remember this. She's the one who had the demon attached to her. We're gonna do a regular exorcism. Yeah, look at that. There's me and Glory. Come on, Glory, with your red eyes. Dead giveaway. I don't know. If I saw a person with actually red eyes and they were theirs, that'd be kind of weird. I'm so sorry for the yawn. Okay, let's see. The Fürstel. The drive from the Cruise Bazaar to the Schronbach Forest was a long one. For over 6 hours, you and Glory rode in relative silence, with only the sound of the road for company. Now you find yourself crouched in the woods, watching, waiting. Off in the distance, a rustic exterior of the Fürstel looks curiously warm and inviting, but you know what's waiting inside. The anticipation churns at your guts like a living thing. Eventually, a van pulls out of the compound's driveway and roll along the service road before disappearing from view. Glory gives you a nod and begins to scramble forward. Harrow has left the building. It's time for you to make your way inside. Alright, so a lot of things could go wrong with this. For one, it could be not what she thought because she was a teenager, and you know, some perceptions of teenagers and children are not as reality. They perceive it as something, and it could be that, or this could just straight up be us going into the pits of hell. You know, figuratively, because I don't think anyone really has a good depiction of hell. You know, they do fire landscapes. Oh no. You need to study your Bible a little bit more. But anyway, I'm not going to jump into that right now. Just going to finish this up. Okay, the weathered edifice of Forestell looms above you, dark and sinister in the chill night air. Despite the horrifying stories that Glory told you about this place, something about it feels strangely comforting. In the back of your mind, insidious voices whisper that you could stay here forever. Do you feel it? The lure of this place. Glory gestures with a limb of chrome and steel. When I was a kid, when I was whole, that pull was irresistible. Yes, I can feel it. It's almost pleasant. Yeah, I feel it too, but that doesn't change what we have to do. Are you sure you're ready to do this, Glory? There's no shame in turning back. No, we came out here 6 hours off the beaten track. Yeah, we getting this done. Yeah, but it doesn't change what we gotta do. No, it doesn't. She looks at you, her eyes are dark. When she speaks again, her voice is quiet and steady. You're going to see some terrible things in this place, Plus Anchor. Forestell exists to prey on young, and we're going to have to come face to face with that. Are you sure you're prepared for this? When you say young, how young do you mean? Don't worry about me. I'm solid. I'm as ready as I'm going to be. Honestly, I'm not sure. No, I'm solid. I'm a man of God. I know about the spiritual realms. Well, spiritual realm. There's not many. There's just one. So, all this other stuff is... Anyway, I'm not going to rag on other people's beliefs or whatever. But, yeah. There's the earth realm that God created, and there's the realm that he exists in, which is the spiritual realm. You know, where demons exist, angels exist. And, you know, people would want to say ghosts, but ghost doesn't exist because a ghost would be a person's soul. Souls actually only go to heaven or hell when they leave a person's body. So there's no being trapped between the places like some movies would have you to be, like some people falsely claim and try to put other stuff on religions, how people falsely create, well, in the Christian religion, and how people falsely, you know, depict the Christian religion. You know, I'm talking to you Catholics. Anyway, she studies your face, and for a moment longer, then looks. She studies your face for a moment longer, then looks away. Good. You want to compare notes, make sure that we're both on the same page. She nods. We take Harrow out of commission. You were right when you said that we couldn't afford to let him live. Even if we completely destroy this place, it'll all be for nothing. If we got away, he'll just start another cult somewhere else. Yeah, so I'm in it for his life. You know, I'm not in to play nice. He's messing with kids. I don't like that personally. You know, if I had my own sense of justice, you know, it'd be quick. If the person's not repentant, I mean, just get rid of them. I mean, you know, Old Testament laws were kind of like that. You know, you had some people caught up in doing some sinful type stuff. You know, we got grace now, so it leaves a place for repentance, but people need to take repentance seriously. People take it so nonchalantly these days, you know. Oh, I'm sorry. Then they go off and just do it again willy-nilly. Now, certain things I know it's hard to put off, but, you know, you murder somebody. You know, you do some horrible stuff to some people, and you just, no. I mean, there comes a time the hammer needs to drop. We know God's going to drop the hammer one day, but You know, here in the West, in the U.S., you know, it's really bad because the grace is immense. I'm not complaining about it. Trust me, I need grace every day and mercy. Um, but you know, knowing that God can drop that hammer actually deters me from allowing my flesh. It allows me to have a little bit more self-control because I don't want the outcome. And you know, I love Jesus, so I don't want to do that. Anyway, uh, any suggestions on how we should approach this? This is your run, Glory. I'm here to just help you, see you through here. So, what do you want to do first? We make our way inside and take out the shrine that Harold uses as his power focus. We can't touch him while that thing is standing, but after we bring it down, he'll be vulnerable. So we need to break a statue? All right, got it. Keep going. It's not that simple. Physically destroying the shrine won't help us. Harold bound a malevolent entity, a toxic spirit, into the stone. That's where its power come from, and that's where we're going to have to deal with it. In many ways, it's the heart of this place. We can't touch Harold while the shrine is intact. If we try, he'll siphon enough power from it to slaughter us where we stand. But if we confront the shrine and kill the spirit, the astral backlash from its death will cripple him. And all we have to do is then finish him off. Okay, I want to hash out a few more details before we go. Kill the spirit, cripple Harold, and take him down. Got it, let's go. Yeah, let's get this run over with. She nods with the razors flicked out of her fingertips. I'm with you, let's do this. I can only imagine what she sounds like. She looks like she has more color here in her skin than she does actually in the game. I'm not sure if that's just because we're here. We'll see if it goes into different lighting. Matter of fact, let's just get it right here. Are you going to come this way? Yeah, not really. So, we'll see. She looks as pale as I don't know what. Oh, they got a bite. This place does look a little bit... No, it doesn't. Oh, yeah, they got a garden? Okay, another house? What is this? What we got going on? Yeah, alright, so let's get up in here. See what this log cabin looks like. Reminded me of a Freddy Krueger movie. Yeah, we ain't going quiet. We ain't going all that. So, it's where we gotta go and we can't go because it's locked. So, we're going to be kicking butt and taking names. Oh, snap, I can fight through it. The door shimmers with a faint red light. As you approach the door, you can feel a squirming sensation in the back of your skull. Your limbs begin to tingle, then feel heavy. The closer that you get to the door, the more of the struggle it is to continue moving forward. It feels as though the strength is being siphoned from your body. So this is interesting because like all the magic in this game and other games that have magic, you know, they talk about all these sensations that people have, but you never see it when people are actually fighting. So, and I think that's kind of weird, you know, especially you see ground pulling up and all physics coming, energies converge and winds sucking and blowing people. And, you know, in the midst of fighting games and, you know, other games that have that type of action with magic or even key in it, people are never really affected by it. It's only like when it's done in a mundane way where there are people like, oh, it's so amazing. But when they're actually using it on people, it's like, ain't nothing. What you doing? It makes it seem like it's actually not real. Anyway, I'm going to fight through it because I can. You grit your teeth and lean forward, forcing your heavy limbs to move through sheer force of will. As you near the doorknob, it begins to glow red. Crackling sparks leap from the glowing brass, and the crisp smell of ozone fills the air. I'm going to reach for that doorknob. You wrestle an arm... Wait a minute. You wrestle an arm up from where it hangs at your side and reach for the sparkling doorknob. A moment later, you can feel cold metal A hand grasps your shoulder. Glory. She speaks a single word. Don't. Alright, I'm standing back. As you step away from the door, the crawling sensation gradually recedes. A moment later, your strength returns to your limbs. Glory stares at the light, frowning. The shrine room is through here, but there was a barrier. But this barrier wasn't here before. Harold must have warded the doorway after I ran. I'm not. This sounds more sarcastic. Fantastic. How? Now what? You know, that's kind of how I see it. So I'm just like, yo, how we get through? The ward is like a lock. There must be a key. Back when I helped Harold run this place, he and I were the only ones allowed in the shrine room. So we look for whoever has taken my place. That's where the key will be. How we know who that is? It'll be a girl. Harold would never take a male as his second. He wouldn't want the competition, and his hair will be fire red. It's sort of an insignia for rank within the cult. A girl with red hair. Got it. Most likely it's probably going to be the girl that lured her away. So she's going to have to deal with something, you know. I'm going to just start going indoors. See what happens. Go in this door. Oh, I got some stuff. What's this large book? Let's see. Oh, an ostentatiously large tome sits cradled on this pedestal. The paper is robust and fibrous, and the binding has been expertly stitched. Oh, binding has been expertly stitched. A steel plate running along the book's spine anchors it to the pedestal. Glory stares down at it, frowning. Harold's manifesto, the handcrafted line of this BS that he feeds to his initiates. We all ate it up with a smile and came away convinced that he was a genius. She leans forward. She leafs through the pages with an articulate finger. Looks like he expanded it over the last few years. It's at least twice as thick as it was when I lived here. Yeah, maybe there's something in there we could use. I wouldn't want to hang around long enough to find out. This is Harold's personal library. He used to experiment in here. There were dangerous things in here. Plus anchor, sick things. I was never allowed in this room without Harold. Nobody was. He said that it was all for our safety, and I think that he was telling the truth. She pauses. I feel uneasy being here. I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to. Maybe things have changed. We didn't have any trouble getting in, did we? It's just old self-talking. Your past coming back to haunt you. I've been on edge since we came in here, but that doesn't change the fact that we should learn what we can. That's pragmatic. Whatever Harold's added to this manifesto could be important. I'm going to take a look. Alright, I'll watch you back. There'll be trouble. I'm going to leave through the beginning. You flip through the early pages of the manifesto, find what looks like a good place to jump in and start reading. When I first set out on the path of free living, I realized that I had to rethink all of my earlier assumptions about life. I had to question my own values and beliefs, and I'd need the strength to trust in the answers that came to me. The prospect was daunting, but it was also necessary. The road of true freedom is paved with unanswered questions. That doesn't make sense. After all, you can't learn to be free from a book, yet he's writing a book. And what makes you think you can't learn to be free from a book? People are so dumb thinking that other people are just stupid. You know, the people who've come before us is just retarded. And that's kind of retarded. The answers won't come from the Bible, an instruction manual, or a code of conduct. He's wrong. Straight, he's wrong. So, So you're going to wing it. You're going to throw away everyone's experience. So if you're really going to do that, then don't eat food, because eating food is natural, and we were told to eat food, and food is in the Bible. So don't do that. Don't drink water, because, well, you know, that's in the Bible as well. Don't do anything that the Bible teaches that has wisdom in it. Don't do it. Just go out, experience it for yourself. Don't worry about things, get beat up, because other people aren't going to deal with your ignorance of life, but you want to call free. You want to use the things that you want to use that people have built on in the past, and then try to go forward. But you don't want to take the totality of it as being something that's made you free. Everything that our ancestors have done to make our lives a little bit more comfortable, you know, we built upon those things, and we've gotten to where we are. And it is freeing to know that I don't have to live through all of their mistakes. Can you imagine this world if everyone lost the knowledge of the herbs and, you know, how to prepare food that that has been accumulated over the years? We just threw that out of the way because, you know, we want it to be free. You know, I don't trust I don't trust how you can boil water, because, you know, no. But people do that with the moral codes and the way that we should live, and I find that hilarious. Anyway, if you don't learn that, you'll never break your chains. The path to true freedom is one that each of us must walk on his or her own. Sounds like anarchy. Actually sounds like Satanism. You know, that old do as thou wilt, which is chaos. Because what if what I wanted to do oppresses you, but you're not strong enough to fight me off? That means that I get to be an oppressor, and I felt like doing it, and that's what I wanted. So yeah, that's not how it's supposed to work. I mean, but people do it now, you know, with this whole thing of people being able to smoke drugs legally now, for laws have passed. It infringes upon the other people's rights who don't want to smell that. But because they're now, quote unquote, free to smell that, they are making other people's lives a little bit more miserable. And I think anything that we do that makes other people's lives miserable, shouldn't be done. And of course, some people could say that, you know, talking to them about Jesus, you know, makes them miserable. But, you know, that's a lie. They don't want to hear truth. That means that you can't talk to anyone. That's exactly what they mean. So the subject content of what people want to talk about should never be stifled. Yes, there's a time and place to have certain conversations, but then I'm just getting on a tangent. Anyway, let's not do that. What makes life worth living? What in life is truly valuable? And what is the dross that can be burned away? I spent weeks dissecting every aspect of my life to find the answers to these questions. Slowly agonizing, I pared down the list until only 4 items remained. These 4 items became the cornerstones of my new philosophy and the basis for everything that Forstel stands for. Love. Really. The first cornerstone and the most important. Without love, life is bland and meaningless. Without love, we might as well be machines. Love what you do, love the people around you, but nope, this is horrible. Because what is love? You can't say do something without defining it. So he's not defined what love is, but he's saying to do it. So, you know, not love the people around you. So does that mean everyone that comes around you? or just the people in your immediate circle, you know, your family, your friends, those. So there's nothing there. There's no real substance in this, and he hasn't defined what love is. Because of course we got to throw away the Bible and all the instruction manuals and all the philosophies that have been done in the past. So you have to reconstruct and define stuff from the beginning, and he's not doing that. And that's a lot of fallacies that are in these types of things. Self-determination. The second cornerstone, each of us must be his or her own shepherd. No more gods, no more kings. Anarchy. Because if I am my own quote-unquote God, and if I am my own quote-unquote king, and I want to take whatever yours is, and you're not strong enough, then what you gonna do? Now, okay, so anyway, your life is your own. Lash out against anyone or anything that tries to treat you like property. An assault on your freedom is an assault on your whole being, and it must be met with equal ferocity, an equally ferocious response. Okay, so this means if this person is messing with you, I can just take a bullet to his head and everything's perfectly fine. And he should be okay with that, because that's the philosophy he lives by, which is utterly ridiculous. Charity. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see what he got here. The third cornerstone. A misery life is an empty life. If each of us is his or her own master, then nobody should live as a serf. By helping others along the path of enlightenment, so do we enrich our own lives. Why? Why? It sounds good, but why? Something's going to offend somebody. And then what are you going to do then? Because you're the master of your own. No one can tell you what to do. So if you don't like what someone else is doing, you can just take them out. I'm not understanding. These are contradictory traits, just thrown together with the explanation behind them. Passion, the final cornerstone. Complacency is poison. Be wary of it. Ambition is the key to a fulfilling life. Don't settle for what it is. If you do, you abandon what could be. You hear the rustling behind you, Glory. Turning, you can see her troubled look on her face. That ominous feeling is getting stronger, plus Anchor. I feel like we're being watched. Yeah, I'm going to continue reading. Leafing through the middle of the book, you find a selection dedicated to Harold's rules of living. Be free. Be free in all things, and experience that freedom with your whole being. Body, mind, and spirit. Discard the oppressive traditions of modesty and shame that you've indoctrinated since your birth. The free thinker has no use for them. Your body is a source of pride, of pleasure, and of succor. And yeah, this guy's into satanic worship. This whole thing is probably satanic worship. These are the doctrines. Your body's a source of pride, of pleasure, and of succor, and yourself and for others. Enjoy it and share that joy freely with those who desire it. Be selfish. How can you be charitable but be selfish? Like I said, contradictions. They're thrown in there. Be selfish. Don't enslave yourself to others at the expense of your own happiness. Take what you want and do so unashamedly. Oh goodness, this is just foolishness. Our desires are as important part of what makes us human. Society has trained us to hide that part of ourselves from the world, but the free living person doesn't cower in the shadows. Own your desires and rejoice in them. Selfishness is ultimately dishonest. Selfishness selflessness is ultimately dishonest, and dishonesty has no place in a free society. I'm sorry, selflessness. Okay, I knew something didn't sound right. Selflessness is ultimately dishonest, and dishonesty has no place in a free society. But what if I want to lie? You know, who's to tell me otherwise? Because I'm a free thinker. Why do I have to walk in truth? Too many fallacies within this thing. Show reverence. Oh, okay. We get to be selfish and we get to show reverence? Yeah, this guy's just making stuff up as he goes. The free living person understands that the only true governance in this world is the law of nature, and that in nature there is no hierarchy. Says who? The rabbit doesn't question the wolf. The mouse doesn't wonder why it must run from the cat. They do because they must. Their survival depends on it. As it is in nature, so it is at Forestell. Know your place in the food chain and understand the mechanism by which you can better yourself. Okay. You leaf through forward in at least 20 more pages worth of rules. Each is worded vaguely enough to have multiple interpretations. Exactly. Excuse me. You hear another rustling sound, Glory, moving behind you. She stares down at the rules of living and looks at disgust on her face. You're an intelligent woman, Glory. I can't believe that you couldn't see through this. Clear, simple rules with a focus on instant gratification. I can see why this would be appealing to a street kid. She nods. That's what Harold wrote. That's what Harold wrote them for, and he minded an entire library worth of 60s counter-cultural essays, new age self-help books, and cult manifestos to do it. There isn't a single original idea in this thing. That only matters to the people who know what this who know that it's stolen. Same could be said of lots of religions. Nope, we'll never say that. You couldn't have known that you were a kid. Glory freezes up, her shoulders hunch and her eyes narrow. Plus anchor, that ominous feeling is getting closer. There's something in this room with us. I'm sure of it. We need to get out of here now. Alright, I'm gonna go with her. I'm tired of leafing through that. I mean, it's proper. I can't even call it propaganda. It's just dumb. Alright, I'm a Decker. I'm a Hackett. It looks like through the terminal is used exclusively for financial transactions. After a bit of digging, you find a list of payoffs to local law enforcement paid by Harold, no doubt, to ensure that the police looks the other way. Oh, okay. We're really going to mess this guy up. All right, so it's one room. Let's go into this room. Okay, what's in here? A refrigerator. It's in a fridge. As you open the refrigerator, while a whiff of ammonia sticks into your nostrils, watery light glints off of the door polished interior. The fridge is stacked full of large plastic bins, airtight, all tightly sealed with neatly labels. It's hard to tell though, the opaque plastic, but they appear to be full of meat. Expected containers. You pop off the lid and take a closer look. The first thing hits you is the smell. The meat here is beyond rancid. White mold frosts the sides of the bin, and it's all that you can do to keep from gagging. As you rush to put the lid back on, you recognize the familiar shape of the rotten meat, a mangled human hand. Is this what I think it is? Ritual supplies. The adversary prefers them aged. Oh yeah, we are talking about the devil. Okay, cool. Harold teaches all of the initiates how to do it, how to harvest the meat, how to store it, how to label it. Nobody likes doing it at first, but you learn. By the end, it doesn't even bother you anymore. Yeah, you get the picture. This is beyond messed up. Glory, did you ever? Nope, don't care. I get the picture. I warned you that that you'd see things you didn't want to see here. Yeah, you weren't lying. Come on, let's keep it moving. All right, so it's kind of nasty stuff going on, and it is what it is. All right, we just gonna go from place to place. We ransacking this place. We don't care. Let's open up this door. Oh, got a medical kit. We gonna steal that. What's back here? We gonna open this door. What's back here? Nothing. What's up in this room? This is the initiate's dorm. The new arrivals are brought here. There's still hope for these kids plus Anchor. Harold hasn't had the chance to ruin them yet. Good to know. We'll try to get them out of. Try to remain. Then we need to stop here before we can. Okay, let's try to get them out. Glory raises her hand, suddenly alert. Wait, listen. Movement on the other side. We're going to listen closely. Excuse me. You strain your ears to listen. Soft voices from inside of the room comes drifting out of the nearby vents. Okay, you hear a woman's voice. The sound is crisp and smooth and sweet, and it instantly puts you at ease. Calm down, dear. It's probably nothing. No need to worry about yourself. We're so far off the beaten track, we don't get a lot of visitors. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see Glory's back stiffening. She flinches as though she's been stung. Another voice, high-pitched male and pleading, an adolescent boy. But what if it's someone? What if it's bad people have found us? And what if they followed me here and they've come to... The female voice cuts in, soft and comforting. Well then, we'll send them away. You're perfectly safe here. You have to believe that. Don't worry. Dear heart, Harold won't let anyone hurt you. You're not here. Hurt you. Not here. In this place. Never again. Are you certain, Martha? Oh, there we go. Positive. Be calm, all of you. As long as you're here with us, nothing bad will ever happen to you. Is that your Martha, Glory? Not mine, Harold's. She's the martyr from my story, yes. Now, what do you want to do? Glory pauses, grits her teeth. Finally, she spits out an answer. She's here. She'll be Harold's number one, my old position. He had his way with her. He had his way with all of us, but he was always sweet on Marta. That means that she have had the key to the shrine room. In that case, we're going to find a way to get it away from her. Then we storm in here and take it from you. You ready for this? Well, I ain't going in like a punk. We going in to take this down. Oh no, we going in hard. No, not here, not now. There are kids in there. They'll all die for her. They'll already love her. That's what she does. We can't risk confronting her in that room. If the situation turns ugly, any one of those kids will happily eat the bullet for her. It's not what we came here for. If what you said is true, then she deserves to die. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. The second one. Part of me wants to kill her. She's the reason why a lot of kids wound up here, including me. She scolds, and the razors flick out her fingertips. A second later, she retracts them. We'll deal with her later, though. I won't hurt any more of the kids voluntarily. Marta's voice floats back through the vents. Hush now, boys, and get some rest. You've got a big day tomorrow, the biggest day of your lives. You get to meet Harold. I promise you, after you speak with him, you'll see the whole world on different ways. Yeah, whatever. The adolescent voices tremble out in response. Oh, all right, Marta. You have a good night. You too, dear, all of you. You hear a distant sound of the floor sliding shut. Glory takes a deep breath, then releases it. The coast is clear. We can handle the initiates. There's just a bunch of scared kids without Marta there to egg them on. They won't try anything. I must step away. Yeah, there's nothing that's going to tell her to come out. So what's up in here? Glory. Cars and stuff. What can we do to this van? Can we destroy it? Glory pauses at the side of the land. She traces the side of her claws. I remember cruising back the alleys of the Tubingen, looking for kids in need of help. Bait girls, Marta and the others like her, would offer them money or food or drugs or sex. You offer kids sex? Whatever it took to get them into the van. And once they, well, I guess young boys, once they piled in, Harold and I would be waiting to greet them. I remember so many nights like that. She frowns. I remember how I used to enjoy it. You're not the same person that you were back then. You've done in the past. It's all. And all of that time, nobody ever caught you. Coming back here shows integrity, Glory. Most runners that I know wouldn't have done what you were doing tonight. Left to my own devices, I probably wouldn't have. You pushed me to do this, to find some semblance of redemption. I owe you for that. You don't owe me nothing. I ain't even gonna read everything else. You don't owe me nothing. She shrugs. Tell yourself whatever you like. You both know the truth. Come on, let's keep moving. Oh, why should it? Alright. I don't want to kill the kids. What's up in here? Need some action or something. You hear voices speaking in low tones through the wood of the door. You can only make out the words, but regular courses of rough laughter tells you that this people on the other side are enjoying themselves. Those voices belong to Harold's acolytes. They have some magical training, and they like hurting people. You open that door, and we're going to have a fight on our hands. Shoo! Let's go in. Surprise! It's only 3 of y'all. Your magic has nothing on me, player. Your power is too weak. Alright, so. Can I get 2 of y'all? No, I can't. So I'm gonna go Shinku Hadouken! Glory's gonna do her little power-up thing. Super Saiyan! And she's going to slash your face. We need to hurt Glory! We need to hurt Glory! Oh, you gonna raise his power? Glory, what do you think about that? Oh, wrong person. I mean, good shot, but wrong person. Glory, go tell him how you feel. This is for what you did for me back then. Alright, you take that one. And I'm gonna just get, oh yeah, I'm gonna just sit right here and throw some shinkus. Why are you running? What are you running for? Oh, how dare you hurt Glory? Glory, you don't even feel it, do you? We're gonna take you one after another. We're gonna hit you like that, and then Glory just gonna come and she's just gonna shank you. I said she gonna shank you. She gonna shank you. Oh, and I get to. Oh yeah. 99%, baby. You got that mana burn. Glory, she gonna come over there and she gonna. Ha ta ta ta! Chop 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 chop, baby. You know, cool stuff like that. And I'm gonna just throw fireballs. There's something in here I want to see. All right, so we got clothes, got photos. Let's take a look at these clothes. A dirty and torn shirt lies discarded on the ground. The fabric is splattered with blood. Glory stares down at it, unblinking. An initiate must have worn that in here. It's way too small for an acolyte. Her voice is soft and sad. Maybe he did something to offend Harold. Maybe a member of the inner circle was in the mood for sport. Doesn't matter either way. She looks away. The owner of this shirt doesn't need it anymore. Okay. Hang on the wall, you find a grainy photo that has been mounted on a wooden panel. The wood looks like it was recovered from a construction site. It's rough, splintery stuff. And there are a few nails jutting out of it at odd angles. The photo depicts a pair of teenage girls in ratty clothes posing against a frosted backdrop. The two are entwining in a loving embrace, and one is leaning into plant a kiss on the other's cheek. The other one is smiling. The smiling girl has a head of fire. Red hair. Takes a moment to realize what you're looking at. The redhead girl is Glory. In the picture, she looks vibrant, happy, and alive. You don't recognize the other girl's face, but from what Glory have told you in the past, you guess that it's probably Marta. Glory's expression in the photo. Glory stares at the photo. Her face is devoid of expression. After a moment, she closes her eyes. You look good as a redhead. Her mouth twists into a joyless smile. Harold certainly thought so. I did it for him, a sign of devotion. All of that was to please him. And you didn't do it? You didn't really get that chance to please him? He threw you away or you ran away? Which one? Anyway, of course, now I realize what it really was. It was Harold's way of marking me as his property, like a dog urinating on a tree. Her smile fades. What a fool I was. The metaphors that ladies have for things that men do is just weird. He had a purpose for you, and you were fulfilling his purpose, but no, marking his territory. You said you did it for him, but he was marking you when you did it. No accountability there. Of course, she was a little girl, and now she's older. She's a perfect modern woman. A glint of light catches something small and delicate hanging from one of the nails in the wood. Leaning on it, you can see an object, clearly a thin ring made of braided silver wires. Glory, you know anything about this ring? Marta gave that to me on the day that this photo was taken. She said she made it for me. I left it behind when I left this place. Maybe Marta still has feelings for you. Stranger things have happened. A trophy, perhaps? I don't know. She stares at the ring for a long moment, then snatches it from the picture frame. She tucks it away in her satchel. It was mine, so I'm taking it. Now let's keep moving. Alright, so... Yep. Looks like this is where I need to go, but this is the only other place that it's leading me. So, yeah, it's time to go in there. So we are going to, we're going to open the door. Kids are going to be like, yo, what's going on? The initiate closest to the door whips his head up to look at you. He takes a stutter step back in alarm, then opens his mouth to cry for help. You don't want to do that. Glory looks deep into the initiate's eyes, transfixing him. We're not here to hurt you. We're friends of Harold. Don't bother calling Marta out here. We're just going in there to have a word with her. Do you really think you can get to that door before I get to you? No, I'm not going to do all that. And this is lying to them. I really wish I had this etiquette. The initiate eyes you nervously. His gaze fits to Glory. Glory then falls to her cyber limbs. He swallows. Yeah, okay. Takes a step back. You do that. Okay, cool. Marta! Marta's just on the other side of this door. However this goes, we're going to have to move quick afterwards. If she dies, Harold will know it, and I don't trust her to keep her mouth shut if she lives. So we take the key to the shrine room, break through the ward, and confront the spirit. Are we clear? Crystal, let's get this thing started. You red-headed girl. The woman in the room is lovely. Full lips contrast artful with her fine elfish features, and a tumble of fire red hair splits down over her shoulders. Beyond her physical beauty, there's something inherently approachable about her. She exudes an almost palatable aura of kindness and warmth. Marta, Glory's old lover, the lure that Harold used to draw her, and so many others to Forestell. Oh, man. All right, after this, I'm going to cut it off, and we're going to have to do the finale next week. Anyway, well, not the finale, but, of this mission. She looks up with a start. She looks up with a start at the sound of your approach. Her eyes go wide at the sight of Glory. As she takes in her cyberware, her mouth falls open in horror. Glory, ooh. That's not what I thought of. Her face is round. Okay, but if that's what you want to call pretty. Yes, Marta, it's me. Glory's voice is cold. It's been a long time. It has. Marta swallows. The horrified look hasn't left her face. Glory, what have you done to yourself? What I had to do. I got out, Marta. This was the only way. Oh, Glory. All at once, the horror on Marta's face is replaced with an expression of profound sorry. I'm so sorry. Marta steps forward, her arms extended to wrap Glory in a hug. All at once, something in Glory's face changes. Her skin goes from pale to pallid, and her breath becomes ragged. She takes a step back and raises her claws in a defensive posture. Her voice frosts over with cold rage. Don't you touch me! You're one of Harold's creatures. You always were. Marta stopped short. One of his creatures, Glory. What are you talking about? I can say nothing. Keep your cool, Glory. This isn't like you. You aren't fooling anyone. Glory told me all about you. How you tricked her into coming here. You know what she's talking about, Marta. You ruined her life. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. Even though I'm like in front. You know, as well as I did, you worshiped that monster. You seduced me into coming here so that I would worship him. If you hadn't found me, if you haven't baited me here, none of this would have happened. None of that what? I haven't done anything. If you just left me where you found me, I never would have hurt anyone. My mother would still be alive. I never would have sold my soul to that abomination that you all worship. And I wouldn't have had to sacrifice my own body to escape from this place. Took everything from me, and it all started with you. She looks genuinely hurt. Harold and I rescued you from a life off the streets. A beautiful girl, homeless, penniless, living in a gutter. I pulled you away from all of that. I saved you. Oh, no, you didn't. There's a long pause. Glory stares into Marta's eyes, her expression unreadable. I don't feel much anymore, Marta. Most of the time, I'm completely numb. But for you, I can make an exception. I hate you. Oh, wow. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry that you feel that way, Glory. But for my part, I still love you. The razor flicks out of Glory's fingertips. Her lips curl into a snarl. Another lie. This is the last one you'll ever tell. I don't think she's lying, or at least she doesn't think so. She believes what she's saying. I think we should hear out something. Yeah, I could say that, but there isn't anything strange. I mean, this is how seduction works. So yeah, I'm gonna just step out of the way. You couldn't if you tried. All right, Glory. I didn't want to have to do this, but you win. Her hands begin to glow. Let me show you what our husband has taught me since you disappeared. Exactly. And since I'm up in your face, where you running to? Alright. I can't do anything with this, because I need 3. You only got 2. So I'm a Shinku Hadouken you. Glory's gonna get over there and she gonna chop you up because you made her mad. Oh yeah, we ain't doing all that. Oh, you want to hit Glory like that? Oh, y'all good. Y'all good. Nope, Glory. You going to chop, step back. Burnt him to a crisp. Glory stands staring at the red ruins of Marta's body. Her eyes flit down to her claws, and an expression of growing horror creeps onto her face. You okay, Glory? It takes a long time for her to respond. Her voice is choked with a long dormant emotion. No, I'm not. Well, get your game face back on. We still have Harold's Shrine to deal with. I'm sorry, you should have you killed her. She deserved to die. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it had to be done. She snarls out an answer. Her face has flushed red. Yes, I know. She was just as bad as Harold. Killing her was the right thing to do. To atone, to your atonement, you see that her eyes are welling with tears. To your astonishment, oh, she's crying. Yeah, okay, Glory. All at once, the blood drains from her cheeks. She wipes water from her eyes with a cold metal hand. Save the condolence, consolation speech. I'm over it. Her voice is frigid and dead. She nods in the direction of the shrine room. We got what we came here for. Let's go finish this. We're going to pick that up. And we are going to pick this up next time on Shadowrun returns. Dragonfall. Well, you know what time it is. If this is your last piece of entertainment, which I do hope it is, I do hope that you guys will take time to do something a little bit more beneficial, work on something that you've been working on, get that story done, get that movie done, get that script written, work on that piece of art, do some type of research to figure out how to start your business, how to get things going, whatever it is. If you're doing the fitness journey, learning about nutrition, or if you are, doing working out and all that type of stuff, get to it. There's no time like the present. Get to doing your stuff. And anyway, you know what I gotta say. This is your boy, Legend Muyui. Out.